Hello, fifth grade. Today is see if I can make this do this. Today is Wednesday, September 23rd. And today in class, we did some of our sentence writing packet. The packet looks like this. So you're going to need that out first. And then we also had a lesson on how to revise your paper to add in some more detail and try to work on sentence structure to build bigger sentences, kind of like what we've been working on. I think this is what I need open. So don't worry about what I have up on the screen right now. I wish I could adjust this. Okay. Ah, that's scary now, isn't it? Yeah, I'm really big. So take out this packet. And today you have all these notes to look back on if you need to. You've already practiced building compound and complex sentences. Yesterday you practiced breaking them into the dog barked at you and you threw your favorite toy. Today I want you to start on where it says week 1 Monday. And the first thing we're going to do is read the 2 sentences that we are using today. So we're starting with 2 simple sentences. You may be thinking, are you sure those are simple? They're really long. Well, a simple sentence can be longer, and so I wanted to have you guys practice noticing that. Even though these fill up a whole line, they are still simple because they just have one idea, one subject, and one thing happening. So it says, I played on my phone through computer science class. Second sentence is, my speech on how to write computer code did not go well. First thing you need to do is make it compound. We do that by adding 2 things. Do you remember what they are? If you said a comma and a conjunction, you are exactly right. The conjunctions we use are and, or, but, so, for, yet, nor. Today in class we decided so worked the best. I played on my phone through computer science class, comma, so my speech on how to write computer code did not go well. And this is, I think, actually one of the sentences that's down on the bottom. Remember, they are down there if you need help. The second thing you had to do was write it as a complex sentence. And in class, we decided that it shows a cause-effect relationship, that maybe messing around on the phone caused the student to not do well. So we said, because I played on my phone through computer science class, comma, my speech on how to write computer code did not go well. If I start my sentence with a subordinating conjunction, if I start it with because, or since, or when, or if, words like that, then I need a comma at the end of my first idea. Because of all this, comma, then all that. Because of all this, comma, then all that. If I said it differently, if I started it with the bottom part, my speech on how to write computer code did not go well because I played on my phone through computer science class. If I tell what caused it second, I don't use a comma in that kind of sentence. That sentence would not have any comma if I started it with the second line. My speech on how to write computer code did not go well because I played on my phone through computer science class. That's if we inverted it. So that was what we did in class. Then I assigned for homework to do week 1 Tuesday. This time though, you have big sentences. This one's complex. I can tell because it starts with the word because of all this, comma, then all that. And then number 2 I can tell is compound because I see a comma but right there. Oop, so hard to see. So your job is to break those into 2 simple sentences. 2 sentences for number 1, 2 sentences for number 2. I need help. Check it at the bottom. that is one thing we did today. And then we moved on to, I don't know, if I can get my big face out of here again. No! Yes, good. Then we moved on to revising our papers. So I showed them my essay. I wrote about Bette Nesmith, that lady who invented liquid paper. I wrote paragraph 1, which was the intro. You can tell I have 2 sentences, one here, one here. In paragraph 2, I told how she did it. I talked about the fact that she took what she knew about what artists do, and that she did a little research and she came up with a good formula that caused her to start getting more orders. Then in paragraph 3, I told what people did with it or how they liked it. So, I want to read this to you real quick. In 1956, Bette Nesmith invented liquid paper. She was trying to find a way to solve the problem of typing errors. She made it by using what she knew artists use, like tempera water-based paint and a miniature paintbrush. She colored her paint to match her paper. It took a long time to dry. It left the paper wet. She wanted a better formula. She learned from reading at the library and from a chemistry teacher. She had an article published. Orders started pouring in. In paragraph 3, people were able to clean up their messy typing. People saved time at work. People increased professionalism at work. So what I have done is you have half sheets of paper, right? I actually have a spiral notebook here I could show you. I didn't have one the other day. You have half sheets of paper that you've written on, like this. I would have your intro on it. So this is just like me having my intro, this part right here. So what I want you to do today is you're going to flip this open. So if your intro is written on this side, today you're going to revise on the other side, only your intro paragraph. Should go steal one from another kid, but I probably better not without permission. So if this was my other half of my paper, this is how I chose to rewrite my introduction. Before her genius invention in 1956, Bette Nesmith was an executive secretary at a bank. At the bank, she always had the problem of what to do about her typing errors. She needed to find a cleaner, quicker fix to errors and smudges all over her professional documents. She was able to do this by inventing what came to be known as whiteout. So here I have all the same information, but I just added in a little bit of background on her. Told you what she used to do, that she was a regular person, just like you and me, working as an executive secretary at the bank, because I want my readers to know that you can start off at a normal job and then come up with a great idea and turn into an inventor. In paragraph 2, I noticed that I had some choppy sentences. It took a long time to dry. It left the paper wet. She wanted a better formula. She learned from reading. She had an article. So you can tell that I also started some of my sentences the same. In paragraph 3, people were able. People saved time. People increased. So I want to vary the way that I start my sentences, and I also want to try to change my sentence structure. I want to try to put compound sentences in my writing and complex if I can show a cause-effect relationship. So my second paragraph sounds like this. Her idea came from her background as a freelance artist. She decided to take what artists do with their mistakes and apply it to typing mistakes. She used tempera water-based paint and a miniature paintbrush to secretly wipe out all of her typing mistakes. She later wanted to improve her formula, so she learned about a formula for tempera paint at the library and from a chemistry teacher. This is one of those because of this, then that. So I have a comma so here to show a compound sentence. She also learned how to grind and mix paint from a man at a manufacturing company. Soon enough, she was published in a trade magazine called The Office, which caused orders to start pouring in. And then in my last paragraph, I want to try to cut out all the people were, people save, people increase. I need to change the beginnings of my sentences. People loved this new invention. It helped them save time and increased the professional appearance of their work. Without this wonderful invention, people would have to spend hours and hours retyping their work or hand their bosses ugly, smeared, smudged up papers. So today I've only shown you paragraphs 1, 2, and 3. You will do this for paragraphs 1, 2, 3, and 4. And when we revise, we're not worrying so much about every punctuation mark or capital letter. Our goal is to try to improve our sentence structure. If we notice that we have a hole or we didn't explain something enough, we can add in another sentence to help make it clearer for our reader. And just basically add in any information that you feel like you should have included over here, but you didn't. So your goal today is to revise each of your paragraphs. The last thing we did this during homeroom. I did a quick lesson on word work, and we started by writing these at the top of our papers. Snack pack, Slim Jim, shake and bake. And then we're going to have 3 columns, and I'm going to tell you what to put in those columns. So I'm going to read some words, and your job is to figure out which column they go in. So snack pack, both say ack. So any words that rhyme or say ack go in the snack pack column. Slim Jim, both say m. So anything that I tell you, any word I give you that has that sound goes in the Slim Jim column. And then shake and bake, both say ache. Anything that has that rhyme goes in the shake and bake column. Your first word is swim. And which column are you putting it in? If you said Slim Jim, you're correct. Your next word is cake. Which column are you putting it in? If you said shake and bake, you are right because it says ache. And your next word is rack. If you put it in snack pack, you are correct because it says ack. For the next few words, you put them in the columns that you think they belong in. You can pause me as you need to. Snake, track, skim, Kim, like a girl's name, quack, flake. Did I say flake already? Cake. When you're all done, it should look like this. Or something like it. I did it out of order. But here we want to show that we can hear the rhymes, and we also notice that a lot of times when they rhyme, they have the same spelling pattern. So if you can spell shake, bake, then you can spell cake, snake, and flake. And the same for snack pack, you can spell rack, quack, track. And Slim Jim, you can spell Kim, skim, swim. That's it for today. Make sure you're studying your spelling and make sure you're typing on Typetastic. And spelling test is Friday. Cursive words are due Friday. Have a good day.